that I feel no solar sun. I had to go and make you all mine, and I know it's the right time. Can't envision nothing else. I need you, need you, need you right now. Need you, need you, need you when I feel down. I know you're the one for me now. Nothing gonna stop me, I'ma slow down. Got to love you, I got to love you. Got to love you, I got to love you. Got to love you, I got to love you. Got to love you, I.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 3 of my whole house decluttering series. We have so far tackled my kitchen, also our really messy upstairs hall closet, and today we are tackling all of our bathrooms. So first we are starting out in my master bathroom, but we are also going to be tackling our half bath and then also our guest bathroom upstairs. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. It's going to feel so good because some of the drawers in here are really packed full, and I just can't wait to feel at peace as we continue on throughout this series. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's go ahead and jump on into it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me. Don't overthink things, baby, 'cause I know that you do. You've been a stranger lately, and I know that's not you. Easy come, easy go, no need to fight about it. Easy come, easy go, no stress, I'm good without it. Easy come, easy go, let's keep it fun and simple. Easy come, easy go, you know my loving is no sweat, it's no sweat.
Alright, as you can see, we do have our work cut out for us today. I am going to do just a really quick tidy, not a deep clean. That's actually going to be in my deep spring cleaning series, but we do just kind of want to get like a good clean on everything before we jump into decluttering. So let's go ahead and get going with it.
Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go.
So like I said, the first thing that I wanted to do before jumping into all the decluttering was to actually get everything just nice and tidied and cleaned up. So I am just going to be clearing everything off my countertops, wiping that down, and then also cleaning our mirrors. And of course, I am just cleaning our mirrors with my e-cloths. I use the general purpose cloth and then also the gloss and polishing cloth just to dry everything off. This is absolutely my favorite way to clean mirrors. It always leaves them really nice and clean and streak free. So if you've not ever tried these out, I would seriously urge you to give them a try. I always have them linked down below in the description box, so you can go ahead and check them out that way if you'd like, but you can also find them on Amazon as well. But I am so excited to be decluttering our bathroom today. This has been something on my list for quite a while. I clean my bathroom pretty often. I definitely do like a pretty good clean on it, maybe once every week or two. And then of course, just like daily tidying in there. But decluttering is definitely a different story. I just don't really get around to decluttering because the way that I like to do it is I like to tackle like an entire space usually, and I just don't have time to do that. So definitely about once a year, I will go through and just kind of like declutter every room in the house. And I feel like that really helps us kind of keep a little bit less stuff, although it does really accumulate, as you will see. But let me know in the comments how often you declutter your spaces and when was the last time you decluttered your bathroom. I would just love to hear that from you guys. So next I wanted to clean my tub. As you can see, it was pretty dirty, like very dirty. So you can kind of see there's actually a little ring around our bathtub, and that is from bath bombs. We really love to take baths and use a lot of bath bombs, and that is something that really dirties our tub very quickly. I actually just cleaned this probably like 2 weeks ago, and it really needs a good scrubbing again already. So I am just going to be using my CLR cleaner. There are tons of different ones, but I love the CLR cleaners for any kind of like deep cleaning like this. So I'm just spraying the bath and kitchen cleaner on here, and then I'm actually going to be using just a little scrub brush from the Dollar Tree. This works really well, and I've actually shared a hack in the past. Usually when I clean my bathtubs, I will actually use a broom so I don't have to get on my hands and knees or anything. But in this case, I really just needed to get a good scrub on everything. So I just got on my hands and knees and used a scrub brush where I could get a little bit better clean on the tub.
You've been a stranger lately, and I know that's it's not you. Easy come, easy go. No need to fight about it. Easy come, easy go. No stress, I'm good without it. Easy come, easy go. Let's keep it fun and simple. Easy come, easy go. You know my loving is no sweat. It's no sweat.
I'm too old for this. Been around this broken down for way too long. What was I thinking, babe? All the mistakes I made. I should've never left your side. I'm coming home.
Finally, it's time to start decluttering. So I am actually going to be using the same method that I use in the kitchen. So I will pull every single thing out at once, but I will only pull everything out from one drawer at a time. And that just keeps it a little bit more organized for me. And it also brings a little bit of order to the chaos of decluttering, because decluttering can honestly be a little bit overwhelming if you take everything out at once, I think, and this just works better for me. It does still give me the chance to really deep clean in the areas and clean everything out and make sure that I'm not missing anything when I'm going to declutter and clean it, but I'm also just not taking everything out, so I have to go through like 1,000 things in a big pile. I can just go through one small section at a time. So most of the containers that I'm going to be using in our cabinets are ones that we've already had. I do have a few new ones that I picked up just to kind of replace the ones that did not end up really working well for our organization system. But overall, like most of the things that I have, I'm just going to be reusing and mostly just decluttering the space so that I don't really have to organize that much. So anyway, I'm going to just start kind of going through everything and seeing what I want to keep and reorganize and seeing what we do not need or use.
Left my home for this. Starry-eyed, it's no surprise. Things went wrong. When you were there for me, you set my worries free. Now I got to change my mind. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
All right, this drawer is, I think, one of my worst drawers for sure. It's kind of like, my top drawer is for like all the face stuff and teeth, and then my bottom drawer is like hair, and the middle drawer is like everything else. So if I have extra makeup that I don't bring up to the closet upstairs, or if I get something for a gift, or if I have like pampering stuff, it just all gets shoved into this drawer. And ideally, I would love to just do a face mask every night and totally pamper myself. And sometimes I do that a little bit more than others, but I do have way too many things. I do get like the FabFitFun box sometimes, and in that is amazingly like super high quality stuff. It's really fun to get. but I just don't always use everything from that. So I think a lot of this is from that stuff too. It is hard for me to get rid of this stuff because a lot of it is really nice quality. A lot of it is just things that I would like to use and ideally I would use, but realistically, it just doesn't happen. It's been sitting in my drawer for months and months and months and I haven't touched it. So here I'm going to try to be really tough with what I'm actually going to use and what I'm going to keep, and then what I'm going to pass on to like my sisters or donate or whatever it may be. So let's hope I can really be tough with this part and just declutter and really only use the things that I truly either use and love or am really actually going to use. So I've talked about this before, but keep in mind when you're decluttering how much keeping extra clutter can actually cost you, whether it's the time that it takes to clean and organize it or the space that it takes to store it. And go ahead and just let go of the money that you spent on it. And just keep in mind, if it doesn't benefit your life now, go ahead and let it go and stop paying for it. This really has helped me over the years because there are a lot of times where I kind of feel guilty about getting rid of things, or I have like some unrealistic expectation that I'm actually going to decide to use it after not using it for a year. And I just kind of don't want to let things go that I know that I spent money on or I know is still a really great product. But really, things do cost you so much more than money. So just make sure that you're keeping that in mind when you're going to declutter. So like I said, a lot of the organization bins that I have are ones that I've had for a few years, but I will do my best to link everything I can find online for you guys down below. And I also will be linked over on my Like to Know It page if you are not following me over there. I always have that link down below as well, but that way you can just see like anything that I'm sharing from my house or any favorite sales that I find or anything like that.
Something about the wonderful way the sun is coming up today. It's saying everything's alright. I can't believe the way I'm feeling. It's like I'm floating up and dreaming. Yeah, baby, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Oh, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive. Can't help flying away. It's a really good day to be alive. Oh, the sky is blue, taking in the view. Yeah, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive.
So my hair care drawer is one that I go into every single day, so I'm only keeping things that I use every day in there, and everything else has got to go. I also picked up a more detailed organizer just to store my brush and sprays and clips and just kind of keep it from getting all jumbled up after a day or two, because anytime you have drawers and you're opening those and closing those, I feel like a little bit more detailed organization items are going to be so beneficial in just keeping everything organized and in its place, as opposed to a bigger bin that's going to make everything kind of flop over as you open and close those drawers.
You smile when I talk. You're saying everything's alright. I got a home where I can sleep in. A bunch of friends that I believe in. Yeah, baby, everything's alright. Everything's alright. Oh, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive. Can't help flying away. It's a really good day to be alive. Oh, the sky is blue, taking in the view. Yeah, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive. I can see.
So in our house, I know that under our sinks is a lot more storage than anything. I feel like we end up just kind of storing anything that we don't use all the time, or we store things that we kind of want to keep, but we don't really need to access all the time. And so today, instead of keeping things in there just to store them for another day kind of thing, but things that I don't really use that often, I'm actually just going to end up taking everything out and only putting things back that I actually am going to grab for regularly and really make this space beneficial and useful for me. I really do want to get to the point where I'm only keeping things that I really genuinely use all the time and not just storing everything for a day that I might decide to use it or whatever. I really want to be super intentional with everything that's in my home and only keep the things that really is bringing me benefit. And that is going to be the case for under my sink as well.
I can see the city from my roof. Watercolor sky, the day is new, There's beauty all around that gets me high, I'm living out this moment all the time. Oh, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive. Can't help flying away, it's a really good day to be alive. Oh, the sky is blue, taking in the view. Yeah, I know I can say it's a really good day to be alive.
All right, I am basically finished with my side, even though I still have to clean up this mess. But I just wanted to kind of show you the different sections of things that I have. So this black bin right here that's really filled is actually going to go to my sisters. I'm pretty sure most of them will want some of the things in there. A lot of times I feel like it's hard to get rid of things in the bathroom because like you can't really, I don't know if you can really donate like opened lotions and things like that, but you can definitely give it to friends or family. So that's just something to keep in mind. The other bin is just things that I can go ahead and donate to like a thrift store or something. Everything else is looking so nice in here. These are all items that actually, now that I've done our closet upstairs, I actually have a place to put those things. So those are gonna go upstairs. And then I'm going to start on Kyle's side. It's going good. It's taken a while, but it's going good.
I felt the world stop turning. I felt the waves come crashing down. I found you. I know you from my memory. Was it a past or future life? I know you. Slow down every winding road. I'll go anywhere you go tonight. 'Cause I will follow you. I'll follow.
So Kyle's side definitely does not get as cluttered as mine, probably because I shop a little bit more than he does, but at the same time, he never declutters. So I definitely like to go through and kind of tidy his space. And then I actually just pulled him into the room with me and checked with him to see what he wanted to keep or what he wanted to get rid of, and just kind of find out if there are some things that he just never used anymore. And it turned out there were tons of cords in here that didn't go to anything, razors that were either broken or he just never used anymore. And so we were really able to downsize what he had, and he ended up having so much more space in this drawer. So this is the perfect example of how decluttering can give you space to add in things that you actually did not have a spot for, but you use all the time. So for example, we did not really have a good spot to keep like extra bath bombs. And so I just kind of stuck them in our closet in different places. They were definitely not very convenient to grab, and it was just kind of like a whole thing, but we just didn't have space previously to keep them in our drawers. And so now I'm actually decluttering this drawer, and we really don't need much in here other than we have washcloths in here. And now I have a whole bin dedicated to bath bombs, which would be perfect because we do like to take baths with bath bombs, as I said. And this will just be great because now we can actually have a great space to store those items in a place that's really convenient to grab whenever we need them.
I'll follow you.
One thing that I think a lot of us do is once a space is organized, we just kind of let it be. And sometimes that can be great. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But if there's a space that really is not functioning well for you, sometimes you do have to go back and kind of reevaluate it, maybe declutter a little bit, and then even go through and reorganize the space. I know that as our life changes and time passes, I know that our organization needs and systems will need to change along with it. All right, please tell me I am not alone in this. I am shaking my head at myself because our shower feels so nice now that it is finally decluttered. But this is something that has just been like this for honestly months and months and months. And we just kind of deal with it because that's just how it's been. I haven't taken the time to actually go through and declutter the space. But I have so many either empty bottles in the shower or I try new products and I don't really like how they work. And I just kind of leave them because I don't want to waste them. But then I still go back to the ones that I really love. When you are decluttering, definitely don't forget to tackle these spaces that you use every day. Don't only think about like the cabinets and things like that. Think about your shower, think about under the sink, and just like I've said a bunch of times, make sure that you're keeping only the things that benefit you. For example, take out all of those bottles that are either empty and all of the extra products that you thought you'd like and you just don't use. Remove them from your space and I guarantee you'll be so much happier. All right, we are all finished with my master bathroom. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you everything that we're donating, and then I will also show you the afters of the drawers. They look and feel so much better. And then once we're all done with that, we are going to head on over probably to our half bath, and then we'll go upstairs to our guest bath and tackle those spaces. Next up, we are in our little half bath. I get a lot of questions about why I don't film in here so often, and honestly, it's because it's just not that big for filming because it's hard to get like angle in here, but I'm gonna do the best I can. We don't really have a whole ton in here. It's just like a little bit of decor. We have these little shelves here, but mostly we are going to be focusing down underneath this little vanity, and then of course getting everything just like nice and tidied up in here.
Cutting straight to the front of the line, got my name on the list, give me room, step aside. I can show you how to have a good time, I'm that hard to forget, yeah, I'm one of a kind. Everybody trying to be somebody, ain't nobody else like me. Everybody trying to be somebody, I just wanna be like me. Be like me. Ain't nobody else like me. Be like me. Ain't nobody else like me. Elevator, take it straight to the top where the whole.
So I had actually organized this space probably about 2 years ago, and it's worked really great for us. But since I did have extra containers, I just decided that as I was decluttering this space, I would kind of swap those out for the newer containers and elevate this space just a little bit. So I definitely didn't need to swap out these containers, but like I said, since I already had them, I just figured I would go ahead and kind of change up this look, and I ended up just loving this change. It looks so much nicer, and it feels a lot more simple in here too, which is super nice when you open up the cabinet.
Be like me. Ain't nobody else like me. 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 trying to be somebody, ain't nobody else like me. Everybody trying to be somebody, ain't nobody else like me. Everybody trying to be somebody, ain't nobody else like me.
All right, finally we are up in our guest room slash the boys' bathroom currently. It's not near as full as our master bath, but it does still need like a good just going through and tidy everything up and clean everything up in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna be doing like a super deep clean, just like a quick cleanup and then get back to decluttering. So here I'm just wiping everything down with some of those disposable wipes. These are something that I have been really loving the last year, and I feel like they've actually gotten a lot more popular in the last year or so. And I think that because I have just seen so many different brands of these at like Target and places like that, and I feel like I used to only see one or two. But with saying that, I have definitely found some that I like and some that I absolutely hate. So if you have any favorites of like the disposable wipes, let me know in the comments which brand is your absolute favorite. So this is a quick tip that I've shared in the past, but anytime you have like these really small organizers, especially in drawers, a great tip is to use sticky tack, and that is going to keep those organizers from kind of sliding around your drawer. It will keep things a lot more stable in here and just make sure that everything is not sliding around your drawers as easy. Alright, that is everything for this video. I loved being able to tackle all three of these bathrooms. It has been something that has been on my list for so long. I've just kept putting it off, and honestly, I did not even want to tackle it on this day either, just because who wants to go tackle these projects? Sometimes it's really hard to get started, but now that it's done, I am just so thankful that I went through with it and got everything done. It looks so much nicer, it feels so much nicer, and just the peace that we get from opening up these doors and cabinets, it really feels so incredibly nice. So if you have been procrastinating on decluttering a space, I really would urge you to just go ahead and start. Starting is always the hardest part, but I guarantee you will not regret it and you will feel so thankful that you did it. So anyway, I am definitely not done with this decluttering series. I have several more spaces to tackle. Next on my list is either going to be our kids' toys or a few of the different closets I have, one being my decor closet, and also I have my bedroom and dressers. There are other places that I want to tackle as well, but those are just the ones that are the most pressing to me. So let me know if you have a vote on which one you would like to see next. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe down below if you are not already so you don't miss out on future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!